Hi there, I'm Peter, and welcome to today's episode of the English Learning Podcast. If you're someone trying to improve your English speaking in a real, practical way, this is the right place for you. Today, we're going to talk about something we all experience, our daily life. Specifically, how you can talk about your day in simple English. We'll start from the morning, go through the afternoon, and into the evening. We'll cover not just what to say, but also how to express feelings, preferences, and even little stories from your day. This is the kind of English you'll actually use when talking to friends, colleagues, or even during casual interviews. And don't worry, I'll keep the language simple and repeat important phrases so you can follow along easily. So, let's begin with how to talk about your morning. When you're talking about your day, a great place to start is, of course, your morning routine. You can begin like this. I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning. Let's break that down. This means it's something you do most of the time. Wake up means the moment you stop sleeping. At around gives some flexibility in time, not exactly 6:30. So you can say, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up early, sometimes late, it depends. Next, you can talk about what you do right after waking up. Common phrases. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I like to start my day with a glass of water. After that, I take a shower and get dressed. Now, let's try to build a small paragraph together. I usually wake up at around 6:30. I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I take a quick shower and get dressed for the day. I like to have a light breakfast, maybe toast and a cup of tea. Great, right? You're already creating a story. If someone asks you, what's your morning like? Now you can answer. Let's go deeper. After breakfast, many of us either go to work, attend college, or stay at home. You can describe your next step like this. I leave for work at around 8 o'clock. I work from home, so I start checking my emails after breakfast. I help my kids get ready for school before I begin my day. These are daily actions, but they're powerful because they help people connect with your story. Now, let's talk about transportation. This is useful vocabulary. I take the bus to work. I drive to the office. It takes me about 30 minutes to reach. You can say, I take the train to work every morning. It's usually crowded, but I listen to podcasts or music during the ride. It helps me relax before starting the day. Here's an extended example of how you can talk about your whole morning. My mornings are usually busy. I wake up at 6:30, take a shower, and make a quick breakfast. After that, I get ready and leave the house by 8 o'clock. I take the metro, and it takes about 40 minutes to get to my office. On the train, I often read a book or just listen to some relaxing music. Notice how smooth that sounds. It's natural and conversational, and it's built using simple, everyday vocabulary. Before we wrap up this part, I want to help you practice speaking. Repeat after me. I usually wake up early. After brushing my teeth, I take a shower. I have a light breakfast, just tea and toast. I drive to work. It takes about 30 minutes. Sometimes, I listen to music while commuting. Repetition helps build fluency. The more you say these things, the easier it becomes to speak about your day naturally. Alright, in the next part, we'll talk about how to describe your afternoon, what you do at work, during breaks, or when you're at home. Ready to continue? Just say the phrases out loud whenever you can, and let's keep going with part 2. Welcome back. In the first part, we talked about how to describe your morning routine in clear and simple English. Now, let's move into the afternoon, a time when most people are at work, studying, or handling different responsibilities. Let's begin with this phrase. I usually start work at 9 a.m. and take a short break around 11. That's a typical sentence. Here's how you can expand it. My workday begins at 9 in the morning. I check my emails and make a to-do list. Around 11 o'clock, I take a small break. Maybe I grab a coffee or just stretch my legs. This is natural. You're not just saying what you do, you're showing a little of how you feel or what your habits are. You might also want to describe what kind of work you do. I work as a graphic designer, so I spend a lot of time on the computer. I'm a college student, so I attend lectures in the afternoon. I stay at home and manage the household chores. Now, let's talk about lunch, a big part of most afternoons. Here are some simple ways to talk about it. I usually have lunch at 1 p.m. I prefer something light, like rice and vegetables. Sometimes I eat at the office cafeteria, but I also bring food from home. Here's how you can connect it all in a paragraph. By the time it's 1 o'clock, I'm usually hungry. I take a lunch break and eat with my colleagues. We often talk about work or just chat about random things. It's a nice way to relax. After lunch, I feel more energetic and ready to get back to work. You see how easy it is to describe the mood as well. Words like relax, energetic, or tired can help people understand how you feel during your day. Now, sometimes, afternoons can be busy. Other times, they can feel slow. You can express that like this: my afternoons are usually full of meetings. After lunch, the day slows down a little. I try to stay focused, but sometimes I feel sleepy. Try repeating these lines with me. I usually take a short break in the afternoon. I have my lunch around 1 p.m. After lunch, I get back to work and try to finish my tasks. Sometimes I feel tired, but I drink some water and continue. These are great practice lines for daily conversation. Whether you're speaking to a colleague, a language partner, or even writing in your journal, this structure works. Let me give you a full example of how you can describe your afternoon. After my morning tasks are done, I usually take a break around 11. I stretch or go for a quick walk. At 1, I have lunch with my co-workers. I enjoy chatting with them because it helps me relax. The afternoons are often packed with meetings, and I try to stay focused. Sometimes I get tired, but I push through and make sure I finish everything before the end of the day. Natural, relatable, and simple. Before we move on to the final part, try to think about your own afternoons. What do you do? What do you eat? How do you feel? Use those ideas to create your own story. Alright, in part 3, we'll cover your evening routine, what happens after work, how to talk about relaxation, dinner, and going to bed. Let's head into that now. Ready? Let's go. Alright, we've covered your morning and afternoon, now let's focus on the evening. This is the time when most people unwind, spend time with family or friends, or take care of personal tasks. Let's start with how to talk about your routine after work. I usually finish work around 6 p.m., a very basic sentence. Now let's expand that. I usually finish work around 6 in the evening. After that, I take a short walk to clear my mind. Sometimes I listen to music or a podcast while walking home. You see how this tells a bit more about what your evening feels like. Next, talk about what you do when you get home. I get home by 6:30 and change into comfortable clothes. I relax on the sofa and watch some TV. Sometimes I do some reading or scroll through social media. Now let's talk about dinner. You might say, I have dinner around 8 p.m. I try to keep it light, maybe soup or a salad. If I'm really hungry, I'll cook rice and vegetables. Or, my family eats together, and we talk about our day. It's my favorite part of the evening. Again, we're not just listing things, we're telling a story. Now, many people also use the evening to do something productive or fun. You might want to describe it. After dinner, I take some time to learn something new, like practicing English or watching a documentary. I go to the gym in the evening. It helps me stay active. I sometimes meet my friends for coffee or a short walk. Now, let's move to the end of the evening, getting ready for bed. Here's how you might describe it. Around 10 p.m., I start getting ready for bed. I brush my teeth, wash my face, and change into pajamas. Before sleeping, I like to read a few pages of a book. You could also say, sometimes I write in my journal. I note what happened during the day or things I'm grateful for. It helps me sleep better. Or simply, by 11, I'm usually in bed. I try to sleep by 11:30 so I can wake up fresh the next day. Let me give you a full example of how your evening can be described. After work ends at 6, I walk home and listen to a podcast on the way. Once I reach home, I change into my comfortable clothes and relax. Sometimes I watch a movie or catch up on a show. I eat dinner around 8 with my family. We talk and laugh a lot. After that, I read or just lie down quietly. By 10:30, I start getting ready for bed. I brush my teeth and read a few pages of a book. I try to go to sleep before midnight. Simple, clear, and honest. Now, before we end today's episode, I want you to try something. Write down or speak out loud your full day, just like we did here. Divide it into morning, afternoon, and evening. Use simple sentences. Don't worry about grammar too much. The goal is to make speaking English a part of your daily life. Remember, language grows when you use it. Talk to yourself, write in a journal, or share your routine with a friend or teacher. This habit alone can improve your fluency over time. Thanks for staying with me through all 3 parts of this episode. If you found it helpful, make sure to listen again, pause, repeat, and practice. This is Peter, and I'll see you in the next episode of English in Daily Life. Until then, keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep learning. Take care.